Okay, for the first time in over 2 months, Fighting has finally received a balance patch. Now let's get into it. So, first off, we have 3 primaries having their knockback force properties changed, which affects banhammers, rockets, and boomboxes. So if you don't know how force works in Fighting, don't worry about it. What this essentially means that previously, if you use a dash ability and you got hit by one of these abilities after the use, your dash would get cancelled by the knockback overriding it. But now with this change, these primaries can no longer cancel dashes. And onto the general fighter changes. For Sword, his secondary, Q, and E abilities have all had their cooldown reduced from 7 to 6 seconds, which is a revert of a previous nerf earlier in the year, and that should help him compete with the tanks. Skates received 2 nerfs. First, the damage taken to speed loss conversion was reduced from 1 speed loss for 5 damage taken to 1 speed loss for 3 damage taken. And if Skate is forcibly deboarded by damage or disabling status, his Q will go on a 3-second cooldown and his E will go on a 7-second cooldown. He's still going to be very great, but he really deserved it for being able to tank over 100 damage and not deboard. And also, you could also get out despite catching him, and that was just stupid to fight. This also comes off as a surprise, but in the competitive scene right now, Skate is considered to be the current best fighter in the game. But that's a topic for another video. Anyway, Katana's received some adjustments. His passive shield was increased from 10 to 12 per stack, and his level 2 secondary, which is the spinning slash, has less force and less height. This essentially means that the travel distance of it was reduced, and he can't aim it as high as anymore. His E shield health depletion rate was increased from 50 to 62.5 per second. In other words, he's going to be a better tank with the extra shield but just less mobile, and his E is going to have less uptime too. Banhammers also received some adjustments. His primary knockback was reduced to make up for the knockback property adjustment, so he won't be able to push targets out of his range. His secondary has had a cooldown increase from 5 to 6 seconds, and the final spin hit of his E comes out faster and can be aimed upward and downward now. Lastly, Fighting's health bars have received an update. The lines you see on the health bars goes in intervals of 50, so it gives you a little bit more clarity. If you play on the computer, the middle mouse button can now be held down to open the entire pinwheel. A few concerning bugs did get fixed, and also if you don't care about gameplay, the Zuka shop is real, there's 3 new skins, and Skates and Rockets finally got their remodels. Woo! Okay, that's all. Thanks for watching. That's it. Okay, get out of here.